Welcome back, everybody, to ESA Summer Online. We're raising money for Alzheimer's Fonden, the Swedish Alzheimer's Foundation. Links to donate can be found just below the stream. We'd also like to thank Kaspersky, Twitch, and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Now, before we get started, I do have a donation here by a handsome chap named Nordic Soy, who donated $10 saying, "Master Sword, get!" And I got that in just before the deadline, and I hope that those of you that got in your donations earlier have a good chance at winning that Master Sword as well. So, now without any further ado, I present to you Msushi with his run of Aperture Tag. Take it away.
Hey! Okay. Wow, that was a very good intro. You're very good at that. We're gonna go... We have an opening cutscene at the start of this game, so I have a bit of time to explain stuff. It actually... Technically, time isn't included in this, but, you know, it's the authentic Aperture Tag experience, so we're gonna walk our way through it. For those who don't know, Aperture Tag is a mod of Portal 2. Portal 2, obviously a very cool puzzle game. One of the cool things it introduced in terms of puzzle solving was the gels. The repulsion gel, the blue gel, is very bouncy, and the propulsion gel, the orange or red gel, whatever you want to call it, is very speedy. And in this game, this is a fan-made mod where we're going to control the gels instead of the portals. So it has a lot of pretty cool puzzle solving and speedrunning elements. They kind of tried to include some cool stuff here. It's a $5 mod you can get on Steam. It's pretty cool, but I will be showing you it in all of its entirety in about 20 minutes. So we'll go down in 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to the paint gun testing initiative.
Awesome.
You have been in hibernation for...
So, classic Portal game start. We're gonna start off right in kind of a vault here and into a relaxation room. Unfortunately, this game really likes to accelerate it. Doesn't like the small talk, so this room's just gonna decompose right in front of us, and we'll get on our way.
But we've got much to do, so please exit your room.
Awesome. So if you've never seen Portal, or Portal 2 at all, we're bunny hopping. Going left and right really fast is actually faster than going forward. Fun fact. So, we usually use that a lot in this run. And here we're just going to jump over a fence to skip that funnel. And we unfortunately can't skip this funnel, so we have to take a small way in it. We don't have the paint gun right now, which is the most important part of this game. So this level becomes... This introductory level becomes pretty stale. But we just have to aim a couple of laser cubes in this simple chamber, you know, just testing our basic puzzle testing skills. So we'll aim one there, do some angles here, and everything should line up. Awesome. And one thing about this game, or this mod, is that a lot of times we have these cool tube rides at the end. They're not so cool as speedrunners because we kind of just have 30 seconds of doing nothing. Well, up to 30 seconds in some chambers, but most of the time it's pretty tame. And at the start level, we can see we have the paint gun. You can see the blue gel and the red gel in it, or the orange gel. But basically, once we walk through these fizzlers, our gun will be enabled. And depending on what kind of fizzler we go through, we will get a type of gel. So by walking through that fizzler, we got blue gel, which means at any time, by left-clicking, we can spew blue gel all over the level. Which is pretty cool. I'm gonna try a dialogue skip here, but not gonna get it. That's fine. But you'll see here there will be like a purple fizzler, and once we walk through it, our paint gun will be activated, and we'll be able to spew blue gel all over this level. It kind of becomes a parkour course when we know where to go, because we are a speedrunner. Ooh, didn't quite make that small edge there. We can bounce off of just the tiniest edges like that one right there. Not the easiest trick to do. I am making it look a lot harder than it actually is, though. First try. Never failed that one in my life before. Yeah, we really make some of these blue gel levels look like a parkour course with how we just go around it. Or maybe fall, but that's okay. And with a big bounce here, we'll go over to the exit door over there. And that's our first real level. At least with the paint gun. And you can see, once we walk through this... Well, I actually did a glitch, but normally you wouldn't be able to use your blue gel. And we wait here because the level will not transition until the dialogue is over, so we just kind of... We can go in right away, we can wait. It's all the same. So this is the Advanced Jump Training Course. If you thought the last level had some parkour, we're going to be straight up going full Mirror's Edge over here. Just kind of staying on the outskirts of this level. There is a cube over there, but it is slow. So is falling into the pit, but thankfully, these games have quick saves. So just bunny hop around these support beams here, and we'll land right at the end of the level.
Nicely done. I love that final jump. Looks really fun. Sometimes I wish I had
And into
less
this
I could do
tube.
what you do, but then I remember
Awesome.
the other things we do to test subjects.
Yeah, these waiting tubes aren't the most
We shouldn't have set
gameplay filled, but you know what?
I'm sure you'll be
It's
fine.
looks pretty. While Portal 2's engine was released in 2011, it certainly holds up.
Look at this. I just looked at the documentation for these big monitors. Let me show you my stuff.
So now we're gonna see the core that's been guiding us this whole time.
Sweet, isn't it? Now you can look at me. So it's not as creepy knowing you're being watched.
It's in comparison to the normal Portal game, which usually has a very serious tone
The door.
in terms of testee to tester relationship. This game is quite humorous in comparison. Pretty nice music for us. We're just going to be completely abusing our blue gel here to try to strafe all the way to the end here. Using a combination of bunny hopping and strafing, we can really just get height when we're not supposed to.
Although I can see you all the time you're in the ventilatory dispatch system.
And combined with bunny hopping, we can make gaps that we aren't supposed to. So that ends up making these levels look really cool, but also we have to skip a lot of the original testing elements.
Where the fun begins. A real puzzle. You will have to
Now we got a real puzzle. I don't know if I'm ready for this one.
Let me put some ambient music on.
So right here we're going to start off by bouncing off of the ceiling. So we get just enough height to go up here. We're going to get rid of that turret. Now we're going to set up a really big bounce right across this whole level. Hopefully if we can land this one right here, we'll barely land on this platform with the cube. And once we have this laser cube, drop it off the button.
Nicely done.
And
Now exit the room. Jump
like an 8-year-old at a bouncy house, we'll make our way right over to the end here. I'm sorry if you blinked during that. I unfortunately cannot do it again. But if you want to go back and watch it in the VOD, we have a nice 40-second tube ride, so not bad. It would be a great time for a donation if we have any.
None at the moment, but I would like to remind everybody that if you like what you're seeing here at ESA, and if you want to get more involved in our community, come on over to the ESA Discord. We're at discord.gg/ESA Marathon, and we've got an incredibly friendly, welcoming community that has a ton of fun before, during, and after each and every one of our events.
I can definitely vouch for that. Alright, and going to this next level, you might see something familiar if you've played Portal 2 before, because the mod makers actually did a very creative idea in reusing one of the original Portal 2 levels, but this time with paint. So this level is called Smooth Jazz. It's normally the 4th level in the game of Portal 2. But now instead of having portals, we have gel. So we're going to grab these cubes. Fun fact here, if you get blue gel on a cube, the cube will actually respawn. And we can use that here to get this cube a little bit quicker. And now we're going to try to do lots of very fast bounces to the end. Going to try to turn around very quickly. Yeah, some of these speedruns obviously aren't the best for those who are prone to motion sickness, but you know, when you have to spew gel against walls, normally it's you want to set up the blue gel and then jump on them. But that's really slow, so we just try to move our mouse back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and it can be a little bit of a headache sometime. But now we have more pipe rides. These are pretty fun. But we're just about to go into the last map of Chapter 1. Once we get into Chapter 2, we get the orange gel. However, this game doesn't really blossom until Chapter 4, where we get both the blue and the orange gel in tests, which is really cool. And this test, we circumvent it by just putting a small amount of blue gel on the edge here. While that floor is normally gridded so that you're not supposed to put blue gel on it, the edges you're actually able to barely squeeze a bit of gel on it, and with a nice little bunny hop we're able to get to the end. Through this quite exotic tube ride. It's kind of a loop-de-loop. Roller coaster designers really need to take notes here. Gosh. Up and around, and into the next level. Now we're gonna get into the red gel. Orange gel. I like calling it the red gel, just because the game calls it the red gel in the game files, but it is more orange. By climbing off an easel whiteboard, we can skip opening that door over there. And now we have the red gel. And since we are speedrunners, we do appreciate the gel that makes us go fast, so we're gonna use this quite a bit to get under this crusher here, just like that.
You know, we actually have one guy whose only job is to name all
It's pretty nifty.
science patented devices. He even came up with that term.
And as we keep going on, this is one of the cooler levels where we really abuse the power of the orange gel. You normally, this is a super cool, like, almost Portal 2 surf level where you use the gels to surf off of the railings there. But since we have bunny hop on our side, we can just skip a huge portion of it right here and fling it right to the end. And that was an impossible jump.
I should get the guys up here to do more tests like this.
We do not do more tests like those, unfortunately. But this is the first chamber where we get both of the gels, and it's almost laughable because we're able to get enough height by putting gel on the ceiling, and just a small little red gel into blue gel combo gets us all the way to the end of the chamber. It might look like there was more to that puzzle, but I assure you there wasn't. That's the 100% intended solution. No. We can get height very cheekily, in cheeky ways with the blue gel. Because if we go on a ceiling and a floor, the bounce gives us even more force. Something about conservation of momentum. Despite speedrunning a puzzle game, I'm not actually that smart, so bear with me. Alright, walking that fizzler, we got the blue gel. And we'll hit this button. And we'll get back into the test. Alright, and once in the test, it's actually much more simple. Normally it's supposed to do a really cool bounce off of that center platform. But by crouching on the orange gel, we can gain a lot more speed than we're supposed to. The game normally tracks how much speed you should get through how much time you're on the gel, not how far you travel on it. So by crouching, we spend more time, and therefore get more speed. It's quite simple. In practice, it's not the most easy idea to wrap your head around, but... And just some bounces to this disturbing metal music. Yeah, don't worry, the metal music isn't here. Or it isn't later in the game, but it is quite jarring. Even as a speedrunner, every time I get this chamber, I'm like, ooh, no thank you. But teach their own, I guess.
Advanced flow mechanics. While there is no time limit to this test, it is encouraged that we make an effort to be quick.
Alright. This is again using that crouch glitch I spoke of before, where by crouching on gel we can gain more speed. We can just do a super cool fling right to the ending door there. And that's honestly one of the cooler maps in the game. Even if you play it normally, it's kind of speedrun based. You're kind of on a timer, and the game plays some epic music. But unfortunately, speedrunners can do it even faster, you know? That's just how that's the way the world works. You challenge speedrunners and they'll just one-up you, so... This is also a chamber from the original Portal 2 game. But this time they set up the portals for us, which is nice of them. Because this chamber would be quite annoying without them. After setting up some lasers, we can make quick work of it.
Don't worry, I stopped the door to the elevator from opening.
And straight into the end here. Now we have a couple of rapid fire puzzles. If these haven't been fast enough for you already. There are obviously a lot of elements here. But if we really precisely not line up this gel, we can get a perfect bounce right to the end. Really cool to see. Or as the kids say, you really love to see it.
Just got a strange sense of deja vu.
Strange sense of deja vu. Might touch on that later, into some more puzzles.
If you ever forget why we do this, it's because of science.
Science, yeah.
For the future. Because testing is
We're gonna bounce off the ceiling and then the floor, and we get a lot of height. Can barely reach up to this cube platform.
Good luck.
And that'll open the door for us, so just with getting a bit of speed on red gel, bounce off the blue gel. It's quite a simple equation, you know, red gel gets speed, blue gel bounce high, do both, and you kind of never land in pits. It's kind of an obsolete obstacle. Alright, this next chamber, I'll let the dialogue speak for it. It's the final chamber.
This test,
I think we're gonna really underestimate, guys. I think we're really gonna go underestimate.
and that was what we were testing for. Another mystery solved.
And this brown support beam here, quick little bounce, just like that. And here's the ending door. There's like a portal we're supposed to open.
To save the world.
This is Aperture Tag, not Portal Tag. Well, I apologize for not only one but two bad jokes, because this also isn't the end of the testing. This is a small little out of bounds level.
You made it through the experiment.
Well, not out of bounds. We're not cheating. Don't worry. I would never go out of bounds in a speedrun.
Jump over that gap.
But we are beyond... Ooh. Barely missed that fling. That's okay. It happens.
As I said,
We're kind of out of the original testing track. You know, authorized personnel only.
don't worry. Your authorized personnel.
We're gonna do a really cool skip here. Normally past this fizzler here, the game's not gonna let you use gel. But if we paint a chair here, we can actually skip a decent amount of the level. Because while we might not have floor to bounce off of, we will have gel. Or a gelled chair, specifically, that we can use to bounce off of.
I'm sorry, I've got to fix something.
And yeah, the constantly spewing gel is also a glitch. If you let go of the gel on the last frame you go through the fizzler, you actually just get to keep it.
Simple instructions.
It's a small time saver,
Test succeeded.
but you don't need it.
Not for even a second. You are a dead test subject.
Alright, this is kind of the saddest part of the speedrun, because normally there's a super cool acrobatic section you do. But the game gives us a reason just to skip it, and it drops us into the Truman Show cutscene here with no context. This section obviously a reference to the movie The Truman Show. If you haven't, very good movie, go watch it. But this is chapter 4. And this is when the game starts getting really cool. So we're going to bounce over that fizzler. Normally that fizzler takes away our gel. But since we bounce over it at just the right time, we actually keep our gel. So going to the next test chamber, we're going to start with our blue and the red gel, even though the game doesn't anticipate us to. So that makes this chamber really quick. We're going to grab this cube here. Small bounce. Bounce into the floor, of course. It happens. We'll try to land a bit shorter this time. Line up this cube. And finish off our final fling to the end.
Good work. You should have noticed that the flow direction on the green fizzlers matter. If you did not notice that, please fill out the appropriate submission forms at the end of the test.
I hate paperwork, so I'm not gonna do that, but maybe next run we can squeeze some time in for it.
Wondering, what are we testing for?
Alright, here's one of the cooler strats in the game. You see this ball? We're just gonna... Oh, if I can get the timing right. We're just gonna bonk off of it. Normally you're supposed to get the blue gel and put blue gel against the wall there and pick it up acrobatic style. But I am struggling with this strategy a lot. If you time it just right, you can bonk off of the sphere in midair and strafe back. It is pretty cool. Not the easiest strat. I'll try it a couple more times, just like that. Looks pretty cool. And we need that to get a cube. You know, trade the ball for the cube. Once you have the cube, that'll open the door. And now we're going to do a very convoluted kind of blue gel setup here to try to barely get onto this ending platform. Nice.
I am pretty sure I mentioned my name somewhere before. Don't worry though. Those other answers will all be answered later on. It's not
Well,
like
hey,
you
Sushi, got time for a brief donation?
We have
I would
more
love
than
a brief
enough.
donation.
Thanks, Atreus.
Excellent. Well, Sam C sends in $10. Says, always glad to see Portal at events. Even better so, such a charismatic runner. Well, thank you so much, Sam.
Yeah, thanks so much for the donation. It's going to a really great cause, and ESA always puts on great events, so...
See? Even I have questions that need some answering.
If I wasn't running, I would consider donating. I mean, I will donate after, but I'm kind of busy right now. Right there, we did something really cool. By deflecting ourselves off of that aerial faceplate with the cube, we actually had a perfect angle to go over there and skip part of the level. And now that we have both of our gels active, the rest of this level is a piece of cake.
Not an hour, but you still idle for quite a while.
And this time the cake is not a lie.
Supposedly thinking how to solve the test. Oh yeah, you did a terrific job.
So just waiting for some dialogue at the end of this level. And coming to this next level, there actually is a really cool glitch.
This test chamber is divided.
Not to shill for myself, but if you are interested in glitches specifically on the Source Engine and Portal 2, I do have a YouTube channel where I talk about them. But in this chamber, we're gonna be doing a glitch called the stuck launch. We're gonna try to get some more speed here. But basically, we're gonna get ourselves in a temporary stuck position where the game is gonna think we're falling, even though we are not falling. And what this is gonna do is that our player position isn't gonna change at all, but our velocity is going to increase. Because the game is going to give us gravity as falling, so we're able to get a lot of height, and by bouncing off that blue gel, we can clear the leap to that ending so easily. So it's one of the cooler glitches in the game. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, like you just get stuck in midair and then you fling straight up in the air. But it's just using some really unique geometry.
Now this test chamber is located in a real desert.
This level is really cool. It's in a real desert. It's also sponsored by Citranium, which is the fictional energy drink that sponsors the Aperture Science clone in this game. Regardless, we're gonna try to solve this level sooner rather than later, and by hopefully setting up a really cool fling here that I missed, we can hopefully go straight to the end. Bouncing off this wall, or if we land, we can make it work, but we don't want to land in the pits. That kills you. So does that. Alright. This strategy is kind of hard, so I will give it a few more tries. Oh, barely short of that platform. And I didn't hit the gel at all there. And there we go. First try. All those loads were just RNG manipulation, obviously. And turns out our sponsors bailed on us because Citranium didn't actually provide. Kind of disappointing, but it happens. I guess we're not going to be working with Citranium in the future.
Do you feel angry at the end of a test chamber or alone?
Alright, here we're gonna get a lot of height by getting on top of the entry door. And once we're on this platform, it's just one launch away from the end. Pretty cool.
If you think that you still experienced a negative emotion while testing,
We're coming up. We only have 3 levels left. The last level has a huge auto-scroller section, so it'll actually take a bit, but we're running low on time left in Aperture Tag. This level is really cool. This rail, we can walk on it. It damages us, but as long as we're on it for only just a bit of time, we can just get up it and get enough height to get to the door. And as a result, Nigel talks over himself. So you're listening to him talk twice and me talk. So I really hope you just understood anything that just happened, because wow, that's a lot of English. Alright, this chamber, we're gonna get the blue gel here. And we're gonna try a strafe right around this corner, just like that. Very nice. And if we can just barely get the cube over that fizzler with a really cool launch, we can get to the end here.
I hope it helped you with your thinking. Also, I'm not allowed to transform the Aperture Science official nomenclatures into acronyms now. So
I love Portal writing. They try to talk so smart.
Because we are near the end of the test, of course.
That is true. We are nearing the end of the test. This level will be the last. And there's actually not too much gameplay. We're gonna do a super cool fling right off the bat to get a cube. We're gonna grab it, reach it over this fizzler. Oh, I cannot do that. You do not want to get the cube gelled up, because then it will not sit down easily.
Brilliant. Now go ahead and get on the platform.
Just a bit of speed. Ooh, barely missing that. That's okay. Awesome. Now we just have a platform ride to the end of the game. If we have any donations, we can talk about them.
We do indeed. We've got $30 from Blue Crystal. Says it's truly a great day to be an Msushi fan today. Stoked to see my favorite Minecraft runner doing my favorite Portal 2 category coming up later. Good luck, and I'll donate an extra $20 if you do vault entrance the intended way.
Oh gosh. Thank you, Blue Crystal. So yeah, here normally these turrets would kind of sabotage you, and we're supposed to hit them with the blue gel, so they bounce away off their podiums there. Obviously, I know where they are, so it's not too much of a surprise. Yeah, coming up here, we're going to die. That's just how the ending of this game works. You know, negligence in testing. An epic guitar riff is gonna play. but the second the screen fades to black and we see the credits, that will be when time is. So it's probably in about 20 seconds. We end up taking a long time to die because Nigel really wants to talk, but here's the fiery pit.
Oh, I know. There's this loophole that I can apply.
Kind of an anticlimactic ending, but you hear the guitar riff coming in, best part of the game.
Oh well, I guess I'll just pick another test subject at random. Choose a random test subject.
Time's in like 3 seconds, maybe 5. And time. Yeah, that's Aperture Tag. There is a small little ending you can do there to not die. It loses like 2 minutes though, so obviously for the any percent it's not preferred, but now here's some credits. That's about it. I will say though, I feel like the tech and donation reading should do this, but I will be staying with you guys for just a bit more. We're doing some more Portal 2, so I'm not leaving anywhere. We're not doing any closing shoutouts, so that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you, Sushi. I do just want to take a moment for myself. This is the end of my final shift here for ESA Summer Online, and I just want to thank everyone here at ESA for having me here as a host. And I want to encourage everyone here in chat to get their donations in to support the Swedish Alzheimer's Foundation. You know, having experienced the mental decline of my grandfather in the years preceding his death, I can tell you just how painful it is to witness the toll that Alzheimer's and dementia takes on a loved one. And I'm grateful to be a part of something that helps to prevent this awful disease from affecting anyone else in the future. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for an amazing marathon. And now I'm going to hand the virtual microphone over to my good friend Zonorous for the next few hours. But first, enjoy the music during this brief intermission. And when we come back, Msushi will continue the Portal 2 madness with a solo co-op run. So, have a great day, everyone. Keep those donations coming in. This is Nordic Soy signing off.